Hello, guys. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to talk about Josephine March from Little Women. A lot of people have this conception of Josephine March, popularly known as Jo, that she is a very carefree kind of a woman, she's independent, and she lives a very carefree life. But I think there is another side to her, which is loving, selfless, kind, compassionate, and sometimes violently passionate towards her family, which is something which shows her in a different light. We might see Jo as a tomboy who jumps around, runs hither and thither. She's very vibrant, she's chirping and everything, talking all the time. But then there is another side to her, a dual side, which is that she's also a nerd. She's also nerdy who could shut herself up in her room for hours and immerse herself in her writing and books. So this duality in her personality adds more of a layer to her. And her dynamic personality makes her write these colorful plays, full of action and adventure when they are having this Christmas time and they are doing these little skits for her mother, mommy, and her friends. You can see that she writes all these things, but she is also sensible enough to determine who will play which role. Like Meg is always given the role of the damsel, she always plays the part of the pirate, and so on and so forth. Like all the plays, all the parts in the plays, she does have that dynamic, vibrant side to her, but her sensible mind is also there to tone it down. And her incredible self awareness can sometimes be overruled by her passionate attachments, and as it did with Meg. But with time, I think she grows and she understands that things can't be the same all the time. She knows that Meg wants to marry one day and be a woman, have a house of her own. And she is not very delighted at first, but gradually, with age, she understands this. And that is what I like most about this book. The term coming of age is very well justified by this book and with Jo's character development. Some people might say that Jo suffers from Peter Pan syndrome, wherein she doesn't want to grow up or doesn't want anything to change. She wants her family to be at peace and everything should remain the same. But what I think is it might be the impact of the war trauma that she had gone through, which makes her long for this kind of security, a secure space, which is unhindered by time, like a vacuum for herself and her family, in which she thinks that nothing should ever change. All those peaceful and happy years that were not there because of the war, that could have been peaceful and happy had the war not happened, or things wouldn't have changed. They could all just come back, and she kind of compensates for all that by wishing that, her family and everything should never change. So I have this take on her not wanting things to change. This is my subjective opinion, so if you want to discuss more upon it, you can comment in the comments section. Besides that, her self awareness in the fact that Laurie likes her, and her diligency in not leading him in the throes of adolescence yet again shows her having clarity in her mind and strength enough to tell him that she doesn't want him in that way. And I think that shows an incredible character in her part, an incredible thinking, and incredible clarity. So that is something that is interesting. It might be attributed to her practices of reading, writing, thinking, reading great literature, having this introspection, because writing can be a form of introspection. So it might be seen that Jo comes out as character who has more clarity in what she wants. She knows what she's feeling, like her struggles with relationships, in the sense that in the beginning she was not very happy that Meg is getting married, but slowly coming to terms with it, coming to understand that these things are also important in human life, may be attributed to the fact that she reads a lot, she writes a lot. So that is an arc which I'm very fond of, this growth of the literary character. And overall, I think that Jo might not be as spontaneous and impulsive as one might think. Like in the first glance, one might think that, okay, she's the tomboy who is jumping and chirping all the time. Because uh, the thing that flashes more in front of our eyes sometimes blinds us to the subtle things that the character does. Like you can see that Jo is cutting her hair for the money to give to her mommy, and that might seem impulsive, but that comes from a part where she wants to do something for her family. She has pride, but the thing is, doing something for her family makes her go to an extent where she cuts off her hair. Although she regrets that, but it shows a side of her which is more soft, more vulnerable, and more sacrificing. The thing is that a lot of people say that she was not able to go to Europe because of her not being very ladylike. I understand that, and I like this fact that Jo has flaws in the novel. Like, she has flaws like everybody else, and she pays for it. But in spite of all that, she finds her path. She has this path where she goes to New York. She finds a path to self discovery and commitment to the things she really loves. She finds true love. She comes to an understanding of what she truly is. And in the midst of that, she finds a partner which is more suited to her. I think that is very contemporary in this novel, and it shows a complete arc of a character from being this girl who doesn't know much about the things, living in a Peter Pan syndrome, coming to terms with life, coming to understand life, and coming to accept the changes in life that are truly important for a full development, for a full growth. And this is why I like Jo March very much, because she truly is a heroine of a coming of age novel where a character grows up and takes the changes in life not with horror or with danger, but something as a challenge and thrives in it. So that is what my take of Josephine March is. If you liked my video, please give it a thumbs up. If you have any more opinions to add, you have the comment section, and subscribe to my channel for more content, and I will meet you all in the next video. Thank you.